Hey guys, this is Aditya Verma and welcome to another video. So coming to your normal life, everything is done via streaming. The videos you watch on YouTube, to the shows you watch on Netflix, to the songs you listen to on Spotify, everything is done via streaming. It is stored somewhere in data center maintained by a company, and it makes sense. But there's one thing which is never streamed, which is always downloaded for use, and this is gaming. You always have to download a game. You can never stream them online unless you're playing a browser game or so. But that problem is now starting to be resolved, and at the GDC 2019, Google has become a pioneer to this problem by introducing its new cloud gaming platform, Stadia. Now what exactly is cloud gaming? Cloud gaming is exactly what it sounds like. All your games are stored in a remote data center. You can play a game and have it downloaded, installed and updated in a server placed somewhere in the world. All you need is a good internet connection and you're good to go. Now, this plays a huge importance because all those space you spent earlier on downloading your favorite games can now be saved without sacrificing that gameplay experience. Now, Google seems like the best man for the job. We all know the massive server farms Google owns. In fact, all of the content of YouTube lies in those server farms. And now Stadia becoming a pioneer in a rare field onto which no one has really touched upon is well a bliss. Well then, let's get on to Stadia. Using Stadia, you can stream up to 4K at 60 FPS, and Google says that sometime in the future, you will be able to do this at 8K at 120 FPS. I don't know how Google manages to do this with a massively varying internet, but let's just hope it to be. And this display quality is further supplemented to features like HDR and surround sound. Google Stadia is an incarnation of Project Stream, which was a test conducted by Google in 2018 of the famous game Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a game which was then only released back then. The stream was at 1080p at 60 FPS, and many people are happy about the end result. Currently, Assassin's Creed Odyssey is standing up to be the first ever game on Stadia. Now, how exactly are you going to play your games? Well, using a browser. Google has said that you play all of your AAA titles through the Google Chrome browser and an extension, Chromecast. While Chromecast is the extension for PCs and TVs, for phones and tablets, well, the OS is your extension. I still don't know about iOS though. Now, I still have a doubt whether you can play these games in mobile without the use of a joypad, which Google actually did use at the keynote. In the conference, there was a demonstration where a person switched between various types of devices and it was consistent throughout. This is an example of real-life continuity. You could play a game in one device and play it at the exact same position in another device. Now, the advantage of using Stadia and any cloud gaming service for that matter is that there is no need for hardware acceleration. Whether you are using a low-end PC to a mobile phone, any game can run very smoothly. This is because of a custom GPU built by AMD, which the Stadia is using. This GPU runs at 10.7 teraflops, which is bigger than its competitors like the PS4 Pro or the Xbox One X, which runs at 4.2 and 6.0 teraflops respectively. It also has a custom x86 based processor which runs up to 2.7 GHz. The memory is 16 GB with a transfer speed of 484 GB per second, and there is a combination of L2 and L3 cache, which leads to a 9.5 MB cache. The Stadia has a Linux server with Vulkan API on top, and all of the memory and storage of your games run in those servers. You will be able to connect with these servers through the 7,500 plus node locations throughout the world. Connection is now even faster because instead of using transits in the connection between the server and the user, it is now direct connection. So the issue of connectivity to a fair extent is solved. How do you play these games? Well, you can choose whatever you like. In PCs, you can play with your own keyboard and mouse, and you could use other controllers as well. Google has launched their own controller, and these have two extra buttons, which are the capture and the Google Assistant buttons. The capture button is used for capturing the screen up to 4K at 60 FPS, and the Google Assistant button is, well, used for cheating. You can click that button and search for how to beat a level or so, and it will play you the best result on YouTube. The advantage of using the Google Stadia controller is that aside from those two extra buttons you get, the controller connects via Wi-Fi, so you can easily switch between devices, and it also transfers more fastly between the user and the data center, so that means more speed. The Stadia controller is available in two colors. Those are the black and white colors, and it is available in 3 variants. Talking about YouTube, where the entirety of the features of Stadia comes in. The conference started with showing a video of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and when clicking on this link, the game opens instantaneously, no input delay or anything, and within 5 seconds of clicking the link, you are into the game. And then there is this cool feature called crowd play, where when the player is playing a game in a live stream, his audience can join him in his match via a queue. Now, there are many benefits and drawbacks to this feature. The number one benefit for this is that stream sniping can drastically reduce. You see, the number one goal of stream sniping is to join a player in his game and get his or his audience's attention. If the fan can just join the player in his game, then there is no need for stream snipe. But the drawback to this is that trolls could get on the stream and use offensive language, and the creator gets demonetized or removed. This is a case where the creator has no role to play in it. We have all heard about YouTube's messy algorithm. Also, if a player is playing a game with copyrighted music in it, then also he can get demonetized. Now, more features are just lined up for Stadia. There used to be a time when many people could sit together and play split screen co-op, but that is now diminishing. Using a feature known as Stream Connect, many people could now sit together and play split screen co-op. They can view each other and interact each other. This is possible up to how many people the developer wants. Another feature known as State Share can let developers share player status through a link. This link can contain all of the game data such as the player's position, health, inventory space, etc. or whatever the developer wants to share. Others can click this link and start on at the exact same position as that of the link sharer with the exact same attributes. This is especially useful if a player wants his friends to try out a specific level at a specific condition also. Now, a feature which most developers are likely to enjoy is known as style transfer. Style transfer is a machine learning algorithm which basically converts art into design. I think that developers could use this technique to convert it into a form which people may really love. Basically, the game will start on a single frame containing all instances of the design, and developers can convert this in a way that they want. Stadia offers a great method for gamers to interact with their audience, and I'm quite happy that YouTube is finally ready to acknowledge gamers who, well, have been a part of it since the beginning of YouTube. Stadia has collaborated with companies like Unity and Unreal Engine and physics engines like Havoc. To be noted is that Unreal Engine is actually used to make Fortnite, and that could mean a Stadia integration for Fortnite. Also, Google has unveiled their new first-party game-making studio known as the Stadia Games and Entertainment, where they'll make games exclusively for Stadia. The Stadia is launching in 2019. Well, that's the only info they provide as of now. But Google has offered to provide more info about the Stadia in summer, and rightly so. There's a lot to unravel about Stadia. First of all, is this a subscription service or whether you have to buy all your games manually, like in Steam? Second of all, the distribution and monetization between the platform and the developer. Third of all, the various issues left to resolve in Stadia, like that in crowd play. I also really want to know about the change in quality when the connection is slow or whatever. Not everyone will be able to stream in 4K at 60 FPS. Let's hope Google can give us answers for that all in the summer. The Stadia will first launch in the US, UK, Canada and Europe, and many games are set to launch, including a confirmed one called as Doom Eternal. Google isn't alone here with the Stadia. It's not the first in this attempt and it's not the last either. Many other attempts have taken place in the past, including OnLive and Gateway. And even now, companies like Verizon, Amazon, EA and Nintendo are trying to build themselves a cloud gaming infrastructure. Sony has in fact started its own cloud gaming infrastructure known as the PS Now, and it's worth to note that OnLive and Gateway have both been patented by Sony, so it's going to be a good attempt. A major competitor for Google could be Microsoft with its upcoming xCloud service, which is set to go live by E3. But a major advantage for Google and a major reason why people still lay more trust on Google is their ownership of massive server farms. Google is the source of whatever we do currently on the internet, and it seems plausible that Google is the first to come up with a good attempt. For contacting with Stadia, it has provided a link to its official website stadia.com. It doesn't seem to work as it redirects elsewhere. And for developing for Stadia, you can contact stadia.dev. For social media accounts like Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, you can go to @GoogleStadia or use the hashtag Stadia. I found these accounts to be really active among the community, which is nice. Well, that's it for this video. What do you like about Stadia? What do you dislike about Stadia? Make sure to let me know that in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and click subscribe for more tech related videos. And when you hit subscribe, make sure to hit the post notification button as well. Well, that's it for this video. It's Attribution, and I'm signing off. Bye.